Ah, there you are. Look who's got 'em burning herbs at 3 a.m. Look who's got 'em Googling how to remove someone's energy from your life while you're out here thriving. Oh, they're desperate, desperate. They're lighting candles, burning sage, probably got crystals arranged in a circle on their bedroom floor, trying to cleanse you out of their reality. But here's the thing about trying to spiritually evict someone who's already ascended past your frequency. It doesn't work. It can't work. Because you're not just in their energy field anymore. You're hunting their entire existence. Every success you achieve burns another hole in their peace. Every time you level up, their sage turns to ash in their hand. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening in their house right now. They've got that sage bundle they bought from some overpriced metaphysical shop, waving it around like it's going to erase the fact that you outgrew them. They're walking through their space, smoke filling the air, chanting some Pinterest affirmation about releasing what no longer serves them. But baby, you're not the one who needs releasing. You already left. What they're really trying to cleanse is their own guilt, their own knowing that they fumbled someone irreplaceable. They're trying to smoke out the memory of how they treated you, how they underestimated you, how they thought you'd stay small forever. But that smoke isn't strong enough to cover the stench of their regret. You know what's hilarious? They probably started with the basic stuff. Unfollowing you on social media, deleting your pictures, telling their friends they're moving on. But then something strange happened. Your success kept finding them anyway. Through mutual friends, through random mentions, through the universe's twisted sense of humor. So they escalated. First it was blocking you everywhere. Then it was asking people not to mention your name, but your energy kept seeping through the cracks. That's when they turned to the spiritual warfare. That's when they decided you must be some kind of dark force that needs cleansing, because surely the only reason they can't stop thinking about you is because you're energetically attacking them, right? Wrong. They can't stop thinking about you because you've become everything they said you'd never be. You're not sending them bad energy. Your success is the energy that's destroying them. Your growth is the frequency that's keeping them up at night. Your evolution is the vibration that's making their whole foundation shake. They're out here buying sage by the pound, going through bundles like cigarettes, filling their space with so much smoke they can barely breathe. They've graduated from regular sage to some special dragon's blood sage they read about online. They're mixing herbs like they're cooking up some spiritual meth, trying to find the right combination to exorcise your presence from their life. But here's what they didn't expect. Every time they try to cleanse you out, they only amplify your presence. It's like trying to forget someone by constantly thinking about forgetting them. The more sage they burn, the more they're acknowledging your power over their peace. The more rituals they perform, the more they're admitting you've gotten under their skin. They're in their bathroom now, taking cleansing baths with sea salt and essential oils, trying to wash you off like you're some kind of spiritual dirt. They're scrubbing their skin raw, thinking maybe if they just use enough lavender oil, they'll stop feeling the weight of their mistakes. But you can't wash off regret. You can't exfoliate bad decisions. And the funniest part? While they're doing all this, you're probably just living your life. You're not even thinking about them. You're too busy building your empire, too focused on your goals, too elevated to even notice their spiritual tantrums. They're fighting a war against your ghost, while you're out here being fully alive. They've started wearing protection jewelry now. Evil eye bracelets, black tourmaline necklaces, probably got a whole crystal shop around their neck. Looking like a walking metaphysical store, jingling with every step, thinking these rocks are going to shield them from the truth. That they lost you because of their own actions, not because of some curse. Oh, but it gets better, or worse, depending on how you look at it. They've started doing full moon rituals now, waiting for that lunar energy to help them release you. They're out in their backyard at midnight, looking absolutely unhinged, writing your name on paper and burning it. The neighbors probably think they've lost their mind. They're chanting affirmations they found on TikTok. I release you with love and light. But it comes out sounding more like, please stop being successful, it's making me sick. They're trying to cord cut with you using guided YouTube meditations, visualizing golden scissors cutting invisible threads. But those threads keep growing back thicker, stronger, impossible to sever. You want to know why their sage isn't working? Why their crystals aren't protecting them? Why their rituals keep failing? Because you can't spiritually cleanse away the consequences of your own actions. You can't sage away the karma of how you treated someone. You can't crystal heal the wound of watching someone you discarded become everything. They've probably hired an energy healer by now, paying someone $200 0 cents an hour to wave their hands around and tell them there's a dark attachment that needs clearing. The healer is sensing heavy energy. Yeah, it's called guilt. It's called regret. It's called watching someone you tried to dim so bright it's giving you spiritual cataracts. But here's where it gets really pathetic. After all that sage, all those baths, all those rituals, they still can't stop checking on you. They've got fake accounts now, lurking in your digital shadows, watching your success unfold in real time. They burn sage, then immediately open Instagram. They cleanse their space, then contaminate it again with their obsession. They see your wins, and their stomach turns. Not because you're sending them bad vibes, but because your good vibes are highlighting their bad choices. Every achievement post feels like a personal attack. Every milestone you hit feels like a slap to their ego. They're literally making themselves sick watching you thrive. So what do? More sage, more crystals. Maybe they've escalated to Palo Santo now, thinking the holy wood will be stronger. They're probably consulting spiritual advisors, asking why the cleansing isn't working. The advisor takes their money and tells them what they want to hear. That you're holding on energetically. But we both know the truth. They're the ones holding on. They've started saging their phone now. Actually waving smoke over their device. Like, that's gonna stop your posts from affecting them. They're clearing their browser history like it's gonna clear their conscience. They're doing digital detoxes that last about as long as their promises used to. Not very long at all. You've become a mirror they can't cover with smoke. Every time they see your success, they see their own failures reflected back. Not failures in life, but failures in character. Failures in vision. Failures in recognizing what they had when they had it. And no amount of sage can fog up that reflection. End quote. They're trying different techniques now. Sound healing with those little bowls. Reiki sessions where someone promises to remove your energetic imprint. They're probably sleeping with selenite under their pillow, thinking it's going to give them peaceful dreams. But every night, They still dream about what could have been if they hadn't been so small-minded. The sage smoke has filled their life but cleared nothing. Their space smells like a meditation center but feels like a prison. They're surrounded by spiritual tools but empty of spiritual growth, because true cleansing would require them to face themselves, and that's the one thing they're trying to avoid. They've started blaming you for everything now. Stub their toe? Must be your energy. Bad day at work? You're hexing them. Can't find a parking spot? Obviously, you're spiritually blocking their blessings. They've turned you into some all-powerful force in their life, not realizing they're the ones giving you that power by refusing to take accountability. But karma doesn't care about their sage. Truth doesn't dissolve in smoke. The universe keeps perfect books, and no amount of spiritual bypassing can cook those books. They're trying to escape the natural consequences of their actions by burning plants. But justice doesn't have a nose. It can't be confused by sense. They're probably on their third spiritual advisor by now, each one telling them something different, but none of them saying what needs to be said. You're haunted by your own choices, not by the person you wronged. But that's not what they want to hear. They want confirmation that you're the problem, that you're the one who needs cleansing from their life. Meanwhile, you're out here living, not even trying to affect them, not sending any energy their way, positive or negative. You're just existing at a frequency they can no longer reach, and that existence alone is destroying their peace. Your indifference is more powerful than any intentional curse could ever be. They've started carrying sage spray now, little bottles in their purse or pocket, ready to spritz away any reminder of you. They're like spiritual germaphobes, terrified of contamination by your success. But you can't sanitize yourself from the truth. You can't disinfect your way out of accountability. You can't get away from it. Now they're getting desperate. Regular sage isn't working, so they're looking into stronger stuff. Black salt on their windowsills, mirrors facing outward to reflect your energy back. They're turning their home into some kind of spiritual fortress, but the call is coming from inside the house. The negative energy they're trying to escape, it's their own. They've probably joined online forums now. How to remove someone from your life energetically, swapping war stories with other people who can't face their own shadows, creating echo chambers where everyone validates their victim narrative. Yes, you definitely need stronger sage. Have you tried adding frankincense? But every ritual fails because they're trying to fix an internal problem with external tools. They're trying to smoke out their conscience. They're trying to crystal away their culpability. They're trying to meditate their way out of the mess they made. But some stains don't come out, no matter how much spiritual soap you use. They're exhausted now, physically tired from all the rituals, emotionally drained from the constant vigilance against your energy, financially broke from buying every spiritual tool on the market, and still, your success haunts them. Still, your growth disturbs their sleep. Still, your evolution makes their own stagnation unbearable. You want to know the real reason none of their cleansing works? Because you're not in their space. You're in their conscience. You're not haunting their home, you're haunting their choices. You're not an external force they can banish. You're an internal truth they can't escape. Every time they light that sage, they're really trying to burn away the memory of dismissing your potential. Every crystal they charge is an attempt to block out the sound of their own limiting beliefs. Every ritual bath is trying to wash away the residue of their small thinking. But some things stick to your soul, and the only way to cleanse them is through genuine accountability. They've become addicted to the rituals now. It's not even about you anymore, it's about avoiding themselves. The sage burning has become a coping mechanism, a way to feel like they're doing something about a problem they created, but all the smoke in the world can't hide the fact that they're the architect of their own haunting. They're probably telling everyone they've released you with love and light, posting about their healing journey and how they've cleared negative energy from their life. But we both know they're checking your profile from their cousin's account at 2 a.m. We both know they're calculating how far ahead you've gotten while they were busy playing with herbs. And here's the beautiful irony. You're not even trying to affect them. You're not sending energy, casting spells, or even thinking about them. Your power over them is completely accidental. It's the natural consequence of you choosing growth while they chose game. You choosing evolution while they chose ego. They've turned you into some mythical figure in their life story, some powerful force that needs constant spiritual warfare to combat. They've given you more power than you ever asked for, more influence than you ever wanted, and all because they can't admit a simple truth. They messed up, and you moved on. The sage smoke has become like a fog machine at a cheap concert. Lots of effects, but the show still sucks. They're creating all this spiritual theater, but the performance doesn't change the plot. They're still the character who let go of treasure thinking it was trash. And no amount of mystical props can rewrite that story. They're probably warning their new relationships about you now. My ex has really dark energy. I have to sage regularly to keep them away, making you sound like some kind of spiritual boogeyman. Not mentioning, of course, why you might have dark energy towards someone who tried to dim your light. Not explaining that the darkness they sense is just the shadow cast by your brightness. One day, maybe years from now, they'll run out of sage. They'll be too tired to perform another ritual. The crystals will gather dust. The candles will remain unlit. And in that quiet moment, without all the spiritual theater, they'll finally face the truth. You were never the problem. Your energy was never the issue. Your success was never a curse. They'll realize they've been fighting a ghost of their own creation. They'll see that every ritual was really just a way to avoid the simple act of saying, I messed up. I didn't see their value. I made a mistake. But by then you'll be so far beyond their reach that even this realization won't matter. You'll be living in a different dimension of success, one their smoke could never reach. The saddest part, all that money spent on sage could have been invested in their own growth. All that time doing rituals could have been spent building something meaningful. All that energy fighting your ghost could have been channeled into becoming someone worthy of the kind of person they lost. But they chose smoke over substance. So let them burn their sage. Let them arrange their crystals. Let them perform their midnight rituals and morning mantras. Let them sage everything from their car to their cat trying to escape the consequence of underestimating you. Because while they're busy trying to cleanse you out of their life, you're busy building a life so beautiful, it needs no cleansing at all. And that's the ultimate irony, isn't it? They're trying to remove you from their life, but you already removed yourself. They're trying to energetically evict someone who already left. They're fighting to cleanse away someone who's already gone. The only place you still exist is in their regret, and no amount of sage can reach that deep. Your success isn't a curse on them, it's a blessing they rejected. Your growth isn't an attack on their peace, it's a reminder of their poor judgment. Your evolution isn't negative energy. It's the positive proof that they never deserved you in the first place. And deep down, beneath all that smoke, they know it. So next time you achieve something great, just know that somewhere, someone is panic buying sage in bulk. Someone is Googling extra strength spiritual cleansing at 3 a.m. Someone is trying to smoke out your success like it's a wasp in their house, and all because they couldn't see your value until it became too valuable for them to afford. The smoke will clear eventually. The sage will run out. The rituals will lose their placebo effect. And when it does, they'll be left with the same truth they started with. They lost someone special because they were too ordinary to recognize extraordinary. And no amount of burning herbs can ever change that fact. Let them sage. You've got success to create, levels to reach, and a life to live that's so bright, no amount of smoke can dim it. Class dismissed.